So to finish up our conversation about which transformations preserve this exponential function, preserve this pattern of repeated multiplication, we have six things that happen, six different transformations we talked about. So hopefully we've seen our stretches are okay. Stretches are not a problem. The A itself is a vertical stretch. We saw a 3 over here. A horizontal stretch was also okay. We just had to like expand that piece a little bit, so it just changed what my base was. So stretches or dilations, however you want to think about those, or shrinks, those are okay. We should also note that reflections are fine, right? We talked about if A is negative, which is our reflection over the y-axis, we're okay. We saw in class that 1/2 to the x, our reflection over that axis, is still an exponential function. It just changes that one piece about always increasing to always decreasing. It goes from exponential growth to exponential decay. So again, both of our reflections are fine. So reflections are fine, stretches are fine, shifts. We already saw that the horizontal shift was fine. It changed where our starting point was. Instead of starting at 1, we're starting at 4 to the negative 6. That's all it does, right? We have to expand out that term into two separate terms, and then it becomes the A out in front, or multiplies to whatever was out there in front as our A. So it just changes the starting point as we shift things left and right. But a shift up or down, that's the one that breaks everything. It breaks this cool pattern of repeated multiplication. So our vertical shift is a problem. As soon as we add something out here, we break this. And that's okay, right? It still has a lot of the features. It still has the same shape. It still has a horizontal asymptote. It still has a range that starts at that horizontal asymptote but doesn't include it and goes off to either infinity or negative infinity, depending on what that A term looks like. So it doesn't break too much, but it breaks the pattern. Because if we add k to all of this, plus k, plus k, plus k, now that plus b thing, or times b, doesn't work because it's not distributing to both terms. So I just wanted to put out there that our vertical shift is the one thing that breaks all of these cool bullet points. It doesn't fit into this. We can't rewrite it. Everything else can be rewritten in this format. It cannot be, but it's okay. It still has a lot of the same properties, and that's why we talked about it in class, and we'll see it. Sometimes we start with an initial value. We start with a horizontal asymptote that isn't 0 in some application questions. So that is an important idea as well.